welcome back to Down the Track. We are on the last leg of our team previews, and this is a special one because it's a team that both of us support, irrespective of whatever Musti says about me. I'm a big Sunrisers fan, so this is a special one for me and for Musti. Although I think he's a closet RCB fan, so that doesn't change anything. but but today we will be talking about Sunrisers Hyderabad. This is a team that has been consistent. This is a team that is not talked about in the same light as a Mumbai Indians or a Chennai Super Kings because they've been under the radar a little bit. But this team has won 5 out of 5 in playoffs. That is as good as even Mumbai Indians have not done that. They keep either they win the championship or they don't make top four. That's kind of how they are, right? They're a little bit erratic like that. Chennai Super Kings have been very consistent. Apart from last season, they've been good. And Chennai and Hyderabad has figured their team out. And since 2016, they won it in 2016. They played well in 2017, 2018. They missed out in the finals against a good Chennai side of all old people. Unfortunately, the experience got in the way. And then even 18, 19, and 20 as well. They've made top four every single time. It's just been unfortunate that they haven't won more than one. Sorry about that. More than one trophy so far. So this is a quality side. Musti, your thoughts on this team, man?
Yeah, I was, watching a few podcasts and reading some articles, and I saw that they're saying this is the New Zealand of the IPL, and I think that's bang on. Like, under the radar, maybe because they don't have the biggest Indian players in their team, but they have some sensational foreign players, I think. The problem is you can only play foreign players, but those four, whoever come onto the field, they're sensational. I think the youngsters they invested in, that's a huge thing we're not looking at, right? Like Abhishek Sharma, Priyam Garg, Abdul Samad. I think for the future, this will be incredible. I know there's a big auction coming up, but I think they've made some smart buys. Last season, I think they shouldn't have made top four, but they made it. Like, the injuries, they played some poor games against Punjab. They, threw away a game, but they made it. It shows that they have the character, they have the talent. I think David Warner is an extremely good captain, and they have Williamson as well there to back him up. So I think a really good foreign core, and the Indian youngsters, they respond to that. They know they gel with their captain and their foreign players. So I think a really good, solid unit. They've covered all bases. I think they're a very consistent team. We don't know. This is going to be a new year. How they perform? Will they have a bad season? They haven't had one in the last 4 or 5 years in terms of like not making top four. But will this be it? I don't know. But apart from that, I think they've covered most bases. Maybe an extra spinner they needed in the auction. They tried for Gautam. They couldn't get it because they didn't have the purse. So it shows that they have the right mindset going into the auction as well. It's just now going on performing in the pitch. And just one thing I want to tell you that I think they have a particular system, and no matter what injuries happen, this and that, they play attacking cricket, top heavy cricket. You go bang in the power play, get as many runs as you want, consolidate in the middle overs even towards the end, and then let your bowlers do the trick and Rashid Khan pick up wickets in the middle overs. You have Bhuvi now. Hopefully he's fully fit through the tournament. Natarajan was at the death well. So I think that's it. Top heavy, go heavy at the top, and then play high risk cricket and get rewarded no matter who gets injured. If Bairstow is injured, Saha will come in. If Saha gets injured, Goswami will come in. They have a system, and that's how they're going to play their cricket.
Absolutely, and that's kudos to the think tank of the team. They back their players irrespective of whoever it is. Maybe Asaha hasn't played white ball cricket for India a lot at all, but he comes in IPL and performs every single time. And he's been there, that flyer that flyer in the open. He's a perfect player to have in a top 6 overs. He's a hit out or get out kind of guy, and he's been consistently playing well for Sunrisers as well. There's in case Johnny is injured and everything, and when we talk about my ideal 11, you'll probably be a little surprised over there as to what I've gone with. But I think this has been a team that has been consistent, and I think more of this consistency is what now we expect from them. We expect them to make top 4. Like as fans and as even as analysts, if you're just looking at it from a unbiased point of view, I think that this team has all the bases covered. They have a good team. They've gone in and they've tried to strengthen. They didn't need too many players. They've gotten a backup for, let's say, if Rashid gets injured, they have Mujib. They have a youngster in Suchit. They tried for Gautam. They couldn't get him, but they have an over 2 from Jadhav if needed, if he plays in the 11. So there's these options. If Shankar isn't able to perform, then Jadhav can come in and chip in as well. There is a lot of these options available for this team. Last time they were struggling a little bit with the injuries, but I think that this time around, with cricket being played around and their players a little bit more fitter, I think that this will be a team that will be one to watch out for. Even though I could be a little biased over there, but I genuinely believe that. So in terms of going with the strengths and weaknesses, strength is top heavy, man. I mean, the likes of Warner, Kane Williamson, is just they're big players, always up to the mark. The likes of Warner, the likes of Kane Williamson, Bhuvi, Natarajan's become a big player. Rashid Khan, these guys are consistently been performing for Sunrisers, and that's the hope for them to do that, to continue to do that. In terms of the weaknesses for me, and we'll come to you right after, is the lack of contributions from the contributing players, the likes of Manish Pandey, the likes of Vijay Shankar, the likes of Sandeep Kaul, and these and so on and so forth. These guys, their contributions have been a little below par, and that's why this team has only won one championship. I think that they have capability to win more, but I think that if these contributing players can also have a big season, I think that this team can go very, very far.
Yeah, I think for me the biggest strength is the Godfather is back, the director of cricket, Tom Moody, him, Trevor Bayliss, and Warner. That's a deadly leadership group. I know, I've maybe it's not talked about too much, but if you look at it, it's a deadly. Moody was the ex-coach, and I think he knows this team very well. Trevor Bayliss is a fantastic coach. I think their combination with Warner is excellent. They'll have some really good plans going into the games. They'll be ready, I think, for each game. That's a big plus for me. And the positives, you got it top heavy. I think Bhuvi as well, Natarajan, Rashid Khan, they have their strengths. And the weaknesses, yes, middle orders, they've had issues. But every IPL team apart from Mumbai Indians have something or the other. And
I think even Mumbai Indians have a problem. Let's be honest over here this time around.
Yeah.
Everyone has a small little
spin department. Yeah, so I think every team has an issue, and I think Sunrisers can negotiate with if Warner and Bairstow go crazy at the top, you don't even need to worry about the middle order. This is a 20-over game. It's not a test match or 50 over. But if you do rely on your middle order, these guys now all have 1 year experience. Abdul Samad played a cracker of innings in the game they lost to Delhi, the last knockout game. So that will give him a lot of experience. Batting with Williamson. Vijay Shankar played some crucial innings in the last season. Manish Pandey has lost his wicket, but he's also he's had a couple of 50. He scored runs, right? It's just sometimes when you're like, okay, when Warner Bairstow don't perform, or I don't know, sometimes you feel that they throw away their wicket, but I think there is talent there. It's not like they're unknown players. You remember Deccan Chargers? There were unknown players there, and they won the title. So this is not like that kind of team. I think it's much more well-rounded in that sense. And I think, like you said, they have to gel together. They need to be in form. And Bhuvi and Natarajan, they need to get the Yorkers right. Rashid Khan needs to be on top. And if the thing is, if one of Warren and Bairstow go crazy every game, even if they don't go crazy every game, they still have Williamson, they still have Manish Pandey, they have Shankar, they have Abdul Samad. These guys can bat.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. And that's the thing. They have what it takes to win. It's just a matter of, similar to we were talking about Delhi as well. It's a matter of kind of executing the plans out there. I think moving on to the ideal 11. Ideally, any single T20 team has to have Johnny Bairstow. It doesn't matter, because he is in the form of his life right now, and he is an absolute top quality player. There's no denying it. White ball cricket is his game, and he is absolutely magnificent, and he can chip into the keeping as well. But I saw a podcast. And I was reading some interviews, and I was reading some articles as well. Hyderabad plays 9 games in Delhi and Chennai, which are slower pitches. So if they can win 7 of the 9 games in the first part of their tournament, they're done. They don't need to worry about the last few games. They can try that. They can try something around. So on the basis of that, I've changed my lineup a little bit. Although I could be trolled badly for not having Johnny Bairstow in my team, but I just believe in terms of the combination, in terms of the pitches, if the pitches are slow, and we've seen Chennai has been very, very slow. So on the basis of that, I've gone with Warner, Saha, Pandey, Kane, Shankar, Samad, Nabi as my player, because bring in a spin option in the slower pitches, and he's a fierce finisher. He can tonk the ball hard. That's at 7. I have Nabi. I have Rashid at 8, Bhuvi, Nattu, and Sandeep to finish it off for me.
That's a really, really good way to look at it. I didn't even think of it like that. I went Bairstow straight in. I think it's a very good way to look at it. You're looking at the conditions, you're looking at the pitches, and it looks strong with Nabi there. It gives you that extra batsman, and it gives you the spin option, which is going to be useful in these conditions in Chennai and Delhi. The only thing is, if you get fresh pitches in Chennai in the first couple of games, go with Bairstow, go at the top
Of course,
and to hammer and tongs. But
100%.
I think you have a very valid point. It's very hard to argue with that.
Yeah, and what I said is when they go to Bangalore and play, I think the last couple of games they play in
Bairstow,
Bangalore, those
baby.
have Bairstow, irrespective. Just you have to sacrifice Nabi even if he's had a good game. Just bring in Bairstow. You can bring in Jadhav for Nabi and Jadhav for punt, and you have Jadhav for Saha. And you have that finisher in Jadhav. So that's my way of looking at it.
No, that's fair enough because Bairstow started this last season. He played half the games and then he had to sit out because of the combination Holder played and they made the playoffs. Bairstow didn't play the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken, right? So, they will, I think they might start him, to be honest with you, because he's in the form of his life. But I think they're willing to make those changes like what you mentioned. So I think with you've got a solid team right there and spin options will be handy, and if it starts turning square, then bring in Mujib as well. Have a Afghan party there, man. Rus Bukhari.
Who knows? Yeah, maybe sacrifice Kane Williamson for a Mujib and go
all out.
Go all out, and who knows?
It's very important though. Like them three together. Like one is not playing, or like one is playing and two are not playing. They'll have their camaraderie. They can feed each off each other. They can boost each other. So I think it's good that they're all together, and it's great, man. You have that option, and just in case somebody gets injured, you have the other guy to fill in. So.
Rash definitely starts. There's no doubt about that. It's just the fact that I think Mujib will not play unless Rash is probably injured or something.
It's a big season. If Sunrisers need to rest Rashid Khan or something happens, then you have Mujib there. I think
exactly.
And they wanted to go with Krishnappa Gautam. Fair enough, because he's Indian and they can play an extra foreigner in his place. They couldn't get him, so they went Mujib. So I don't see anything wrong in that. Kedar Jadhav as well. A lot of people are questioning that. But from the options you have, it's not a bad signing, to be honest with you. He's
absolutely
a
an experienced player.
You're not looking at him to start every single game. In RCB, I think he was looking to start every game. Here, you're not looking. You have Abhishek Sharma, you have Abdul Samad, you have Vijay Shankar. So he's a squad player and he's there to fill in and do a certain role. And I think he's there to prove a point. Maybe he can change things around, and if he doesn't, then you have other options. So that's the good thing about this team, like the Delhi squad as well and Mumbai squad. They have options.
Absolutely. Player to watch out for, Abdul Samad.
Oh, that's a really good shout, man. That's a really good shout because he finished off the season with a bang. I think he was next level. For me, I'm going to go for the old workhorse, Bhuvneshwar Kumar. He won us, him and Natarajan, if they can both death overs like Bhuvi and Mustafiz did in 2016. Yeah, if they can do that, that'll win you the tournament because death overs is very important. You saw Bumrah and Bolt, you saw Rabada and Nokia. I think that's very important. Bhuvi and Natarajan, that combination needs to be there. Rashid Khan will be very consistent. He might get hit here and there, but he's very consistent. His economy rate is the best in the IPL. So Rashid will deliver, I think, but you still need Bhuvneshwar and Natarajan to fire at the death and with the new ball.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. That's the way it's going to be. Prediction. Write this down. I've been good in my past 3 series. Winner, chicken dinner, Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Championship, huh? I'm going top 4. I'm going top 4 as well. I fancy them playing the final as well. I fancy them winning as well because I think last season gave not only us as fans belief, I think even like you said, analysts and everybody, they're all looking at this team and saying that even if they get injured, they can fight. So fair enough. I think it can go anyway with this team, but they have the talent there. So it'll be very exciting team. It's we support them and some really entertaining players, man. If Warner and Bairstow can click, or even Williamson is a beautiful player to watch. So I'm really excited. Rashid Khan, Rashid to play 2 down in one of the games, like one of our friends always on.
Unlikely though.
But I would promote Rashid above if needed big hits. Like he's batting like at 7-8. Like if you need like big hits, maybe give him one spot above. Seeing the situation, he's playing those helicopters well as well. So
yeah, for sure. He's improving his batting for sure. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, looking forward to this team as usual. More special place in my heart. So more than the other teams, this is the team that I'm looking forward to. So yeah, can't wait, man. Only a couple days left for the IPL. It's gonna be fun times.
Yeah, it's gonna be really exciting. Can't wait. Our previews are done, but we'll keep the content flowing and really excited. Can't wait for the tournament to start.
Yep.
Always a pleasure, man. Thank you. Take care.